Okay, we're going to continue increasing the complexity of equations and solving them. So we're going to talk about solving two-step equations. So it's basically one step above one-step equations. The trick to solving equations with more than one step is you got to solve by inverse order of operations. Normally what you would do is order of operations, parentheses, exponents, multiply and divide, add and subtract. Get your answer. So 5 plus 6 times 9, you would multiply and divide first. So in this case, multiply 6 times 9. And then 5 plus 54, which is 59. You get an answer. When solving equations, you're going to do the opposite. First, get rid of the adding and subtracting value, then multiply or divide to get rid of the next value, and then exponents, get rid of exponents, and then parentheses, get rid of parentheses. So, if I have 10 equals m divided by 4 plus 2, you got two operations here. You got to get rid of the 4, and you got to get rid of the 2, because remember the commandment is get the variable by itself. So we're going to get rid of the 2 first. So what we have to do is subtract 2 from each side. Remember, we got to balance the equation. So what we do to this side, we do to the other side. Cross out the 2. You got 10 minus 2 is 8. So you have m over 4 left over. Rewrite the equation. Then you're going to get rid of the 4. So you went from here to multiplying and dividing. To get rid of the 4, the opposite of division is times. So you cross those out. You got 32 equals m. So m is 32. Basically the question was 10 is what number divided by 4 plus 2? The answer is 32, because 32 divided by 4 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So let's practice. Solve 7 equals 2y minus 3. The inverse order of operations says start with adding and subtracting. So we're going to add subtract first. Add 3 to both sides. 7 plus 3 is 10. So we got 10 equals 2y. First it was 7 is 2 times what number minus 3. Now it's 10 equals 2 times what number. Those are the same thing. Those are equivalent. Now, to get rid of the 2, you're going to get rid of it by the opposite of multiplying, 2 times y. Get rid of it by division. Divide each side by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So, solve 6a plus 2 equals negative 8. The question is 6 times what number plus 2 is negative 8? Possible answers, negative 1, positive 1, negative 5/3, and positive 5/3. To practice similar problems, you want to go to page 84, numbers 1 through 16 all. Okay, so sometimes we want to create two-step equations out of story problems to help us figure out what the answer is to those story problems methodically, systematically. So sometimes there's a bunch of words in a word problem, and what we need to do is we need to take the important information and turn it into an equation. So I've highlighted the numbers that are important. You're ordering tulip bulbs from a flower catalog. You have $14 to spend. Shipping costs $3 and each bulb costs 75 cents. Write a two-step equation, then solve it to find out how many bulbs you can purchase. So the cost of the entire order, think of that as one quantity, is $14. I put this in the sentence like this because we're going to turn is into a symbol. Is turns into equals, and 14 is what we want it to come out to. So a bunch of stuff is going to equal 14. To find the cost of the entire order, what we need to do is add together the shipping and the number of bulbs we purchase times the cost of each bulb. So it's going to be cost of a bulb times how many bulbs we need to purchase, which is what we're looking for, or what we're trying to find how many bulbs we can purchase. And we're going to add that to the shipping cost, which is always just a flat rate, $3. Okay, so it's a constant amount. So it's 75 hundredths times x plus $3 is 14. That's a two-step equation, and we can figure out what that is by solving it. The question is, why is x multiplying with 75 cents? The answer to that question is because each bulb costs 75 cents. A word that you need to keep in mind whenever you see it means multiply is each, or per. 75 cents per bulb would be another way of writing multiply those numbers together. Because if you bought 2 bulbs, it'd be 0.75 times 2. If you bought 3, it'd be 0.75 times 3, and so on and so forth. So we're going to solve this. 0.75x plus 3 is 14. Subtract 3 because you're getting rid of the number by addition or subtraction first. 0.75x equals 11. You're going to get rid of 0.75 divided by dividing 0.75 by each side. So answer comes out a little bit strange. When you take 11 divided by 0.75, you get 14.666 repeating. When you're talking about a story problem, you need to decide what that means. It asks how many bulbs can you purchase right here. So can I purchase 15 or 14 bulbs? And the answer is you can only buy 14. You have a little money left over, that's what that 0.666 is, but you don't have enough for 15. You haven't reached 15, so you can't purchase it. You need to be able to interpret the information once you get the answer. So suppose tulips were on sale for 60 cents per bulb. Shipping costs the same and you had $15.80 to spend. So I want you to write an equation and find out how many you could purchase. Possible equations are 60x plus 3 equals 1580, and the answer would be 0.21333. Repeating. B would be 0.60x equals 1580, the answer would be 26.333. Repeating. C would be 0.60x plus 3 equals 1580, and the answer would be 23. Or D is 0.60x plus 3 equals 1580, and the answer would be 21.3. Repeating. Decide which one would be the best answer. And for more problems like that, you're going to be doing page 84, number 17 through 19. Sometimes you're going to have to get rid of a negative on a variable, and so it looks a little confusing for students, but we're going to figure out a way to get rid of it. This is a two-step equation. Negative b plus 6 equals negative 11. So you would solve it the same way starting out. Get rid of the addition or subtraction first. So we're going to get rid of the 6. Minus 6 on both sides. Those cross out. We've got negative 11 minus 6. So I owe 11 and then I lose 6 more in a bit. So I owe $17 now. Now it's negative b equals negative 17. In English, what that would mean is the opposite of b is negative 17. We don't want to know what the opposite of b is. We just want to know what b is. In order to do that, what you can do is divide each side by negative 1. If we divide the left and the right side by negative 1, that cancels the negatives on each side. Cancel the negative on this side, makes it positive b, changes it to its opposite, which is 17. So this one was, the opposite of b is negative 17. This one is b is 17. So try this one. Negative x minus 5 equals negative 8. Or the opposite of x, take away 5 is negative 8. Find x. Possible answers are 3, negative 3, 13, and negative 13. For more practice like that, you're going to do page 84, numbers 20 through 35. And that's it today.